don't know.
You're doing great.
No camping for 1 mile, right? Tell that to all the people camping here. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Alright. I think once we get in this little canyon, I already see people camping here, so I guess we just start looking for a spot. It's not too bad, really. The road isn't. I mean, we've been on worse.
Sam is like wagging his tail. This is fun. Oh,
Alright, so we're at the half-mile sign. There's something up here. It doesn't seem to be too packed. I know there's more back here, so.
Okay.
Really? Alright, we got it. Somebody in that spot right there? It looks, I can't tell.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Like maybe off that direction. If it was a little bit smoother. I don't know. Do you think we can take that bump there? Right there we could. Get over by those trees over there. What do you think?
Wow, this is beautiful.
Might have to take the Jeep and go back.
Okay.
Get your signal. Hey everybody. It's Dave and Patches. Say hi, Patch. Hi, Patch. Whew. We just pulled in here. This is a new spot we've never been to before. This spot is called Craggy Wash BLM. Got a plane going over right now. Craggy Wash BLM, it's our first time here. And I found this place on Campendium. And it came with like 5-star ratings, so it is a nice place. It takes a little doing to get back here, and the only thing so far is there's no cell signal once you get past about a 3/4 of a mile back from the main highway. Then you lose your cell signal. We're actually about a mile. I think that's about when we lost it. But we are just getting settled in here. We're gonna probably be here through New Year's for about 3 days or so. Today is a little windy, but the mountains here kind of block the breeze, which is nice actually, because Lake Havasu City was really windy. If you like this video and find this helpful, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell on the side. We're gonna do, I don't know yet, when we might go into Lake Havasu City and check some things out and explore around this area a little bit more. There's another BLM site up the road. I think it's called Lone Tree, but it didn't get the ratings that this one got because they said that one, it takes a little bit more to get leveled up there. But I was hoping this would be open because we wanted to get this spot first. But there's a lot of places here you could pull in, as you can see. All right, let's get set up, Patch. You ready? Here we go.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
What you looking for, Patch? It's a little breezy and a little chilly.
Yeah.
The wind's coming right through the canyon here. I've seen a few little spots where people leave junk out here, but it's really not as bad as I've seen other places. I haven't seen the host yet, but apparently there's a host up front. Alright. I'm gonna go get set up, Patch. Follow me. Well, that's kind of funny. That's the second time we've camped somewhere where somebody's left a bar stool out. And it doesn't look like it's that bad, but we'll see. Kind of is messed up a little bit. Got a bar stool left for us. Wow. I'll put out my some of my gear here. Well, as you could tell, we had some wind coming in, and it was really funny because when we left Quartzsite that morning, it was a very calm winds, and then as we came up through the strip and up through Lake Havasu City, the winds just got worse and worse. I think the gusts that day got up to about 30 miles per hour wind gusts, and it got colder as there was a storm front coming in. So we decided to get in the Jeep and take a little ride and just check out the campsites up the wash here, see just what's available. And there really is a lot. As the farther up you go, the more sites you find. And I read this on Compendium. Actually, that's how I found this spot, was through Compendium and through freecampsites.net. So really try to use those. They're really great sources. Check the reviews because sometimes information on there may be old. For example, I read on Compendium that there was a host, and somebody had told us that there wasn't a host out there currently for this season. But in the past, there was. And one of the things that the host in the past would do would make sure people picked up trash, or they would go out and pick up trash and kind of keep things straightened up and keep things organized so that people, check for people that are out there overstaying in the 14-day limit and those kind of things. You're always going to get, BLM land, you're always going to find that there's a few people a few just is all it takes sometimes to spoil things. I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but the more that we can get the word out to pick up your trash and take it out with you, I think the better this is going to be for everybody. Things like leaving bar stools out there, that's crazy, right? I mean, come on. What were they thinking? You'll never know what you're going to find out here. I've been out in the woods up at Blue Ridge and found a almost complete barbecue grill out in the woods that somebody just left. I was like, what the heck? What were they thinking, right? But as the farther back you go, it did kind of get a little bit sparser, and there were some really nice campsites back here. So you will be rewarded. If you can come back a little farther, I think you'll be rewarded with some really nice places to camp. As far as the wash, I had a few people ask me about rain. Wintertime, I wouldn't worry about the rain so much because we don't get really heavy rains here in Arizona in the wintertime. If it does rain and we get those flash floods in the summer where it just dumps like buckets of rain, I would be a little weary of being out here. Keep your eyes open. If you're out here in the summer monsoon season, find a campsite up on like one of those little hills you see off to the side or up higher ground. That would just be safe, a good practice to do that. But this time of year in the winter, you're not going to get those heavy kind of rains. And we had a little bit of rain, but it didn't get that. We didn't have to worry about getting stuck in it or anything like that. But it is something to think about. especially during monsoon season, which is typically out here July and August. But as you traveled out here, you could see, I mean, there's just really nice places off to the side. If you had somebody with you, there's places big enough where you could pull 2 or 3 people and campers back off to the side and have a nice little camp area. The one thing I will let you know about is the mountains, especially in the wintertime. I found that where we were, it really messed up my solar, because it was a nice place to be because it blocked the wind, but it was a bad place to be for the solar because I'd lose my sun in the afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. The sun was behind the mountain. And I was really disappointed because then I lost all my solar. And I was trying to recharge batteries from the day before. And that's another thing too. In the wintertime, we get those high, thin clouds, and that will affect your solar. If you may have 600 watts of solar on your roof, but during this time of year, you're going to be lucky if you can bring in 200 watts out of a 600 watt panel or array, because just the way the clouds are. So just keep that in mind. There was one time I had to run the generator for about an hour, 45 minutes or so, just to kind of top everything off. And we had gone, at this point, probably a mile from our campsite. So I decided to go ahead and turn around. There were still, as you could see, a few more campers up farther. And I am going to assume there's probably even a few more places to camp, but if you're willing to go back a little farther than that. The road in actually isn't too bad. From where we were camped to here, the road wasn't too bad at all. The roughest part of the road, funny thing is, the roughest part of the road was actually up front as you're coming in. It smooths out as you get farther back down the wash. Go figure, right? But yeah, it's a nice area. Just be aware of the shade from the rocks over there. If you pull into that area and you want in solar, in the afternoon you get a lot of shade, especially in the wintertime. So safe travels, and stay tuned at the end. I'll show you how to find Craggy Wash, as well as show you some of the other BLM camp areas that are close by. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. And stay tuned again at the end. I'll show you how to find this area. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Dave here, and I like to do this for folks who are not familiar with the area, show them how to find the camp area that I mentioned and we feature in the video. Craggy Wash BLM land camping. Now, how to get here? There's a couple different ways. If you're coming from up north, Kingman, you're going to come down I-40, look for Highway 95 and go south. Before you get to Lake Havasu City, you'll see Craggy Wash off just north of the airport. If you're coming up from Parker and Quartzsite, you're going to come up 95. Beautiful drive through here. That's why I featured that in the video, so you could see that. Go through Parker Strip, through the Bill Williams National Wildlife Refuge. Beautiful area. There's lots of places to pull off the road and get pictures and stuff. There's even boondocking besides just Craggy Wash. So a lot of these I found on freecampsites.net, or you can also find them on Campendium. There's another app that I haven't started using yet called The Dirt. Some of you may know this. It's another one that will show you these places. Read the reviews that they have because there's lots of information in there. That's how I found Craggy Wash. Let me zoom in so I can show you a couple of them around Lake Havasu City real quickly. If you're coming up on this area right here, just south of Lake Havasu City, there's an area here you can boondock called Standard Wash. It's very popular with the ATVers or the Jeepers, the people who have four-wheel drive vehicles, because there's a big area here you can park and go riding out in the desert right there. And that's very popular. There's another couple little boondocking spots real close to there too. They're not really the kind of places you want to go if you just want peace and relaxation, because there will be a lot of ATVers around. If you're catching my meaning. Okay, so it's really, those are nice areas if you have ATVs. Now for folks who want peace and quiet, Craggy was really one of those that I liked, because there's a few ATVers were going up and down the road, but not a lot. That's one of the reasons why people don't like Lone Tree, or some people put reviews about Lone Tree. I shouldn't say didn't like it, but they get a lot of ATVers. So it's north of Lake Havasu City. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. You come through Lake Havasu City, there's a lot of stores and stuff, things to see in here. There's the London Bridge, there's Lake Havasu State Park. Some of these have camping and campgrounds. There's even another one down a little bit farther, and for the life of me right now, that's the name of the campground. It's not going to come to my mind yet, but it's a real popular. There's Standard Wash right there. It's kind of off to this. Where is that? There's a little row. Oh, it's farther down. It's not showing up on the map. Let me go back up to Lake Havasu. There's another campground down there that you have to drive through, goes down, and it's a campground. And it's right near the lake. So if you have a boat and stuff like that, you can put the boat in the water. A lot of these Lake Havasu State Park, you can put boats in the water there, and there are a lot of boat ramps on this little island right here that you can drive around. Let's go back to the airport right here. And if you're at Craggy Wash, there is a Walmart store, a couple other stores, Home Depot and Lowe's, right in this area, right in just around the airport. So that's nice because you're within 2.5, 3 miles of the store. So if you need ice and groceries, you can always easily drive back, get them, and then head back to your campsite, which is what we did. Now, Lone Tree was the other one I mentioned in the video, and the things I read about that were that it was hard to get leveled up there. Now, I didn't go up and check it out, so keep that in mind. There's another one up here that's not showing up on Google Maps, so I'm going to zoom in again, another level here. Maybe it'll show up. There it is, Havasu Heights, 14-day camping. It's a little farther north. Some of these areas are popular with ATVers. And I'll tell you why. Because there's a place out here called the Bunker Bar. And if you're in this area and you have a vehicle and you want to try checking it out, go out to the Bunker Bar. It's an old, well, let's show you a couple pictures. It's a place you can go out and have drinks, enjoy live music. I'm not sure how many days a week they're running. There's another one down by Parker called the Nelly Bar, which is kind of a similar setup. And they all have these places where you can sit out and eat. Kind of cool, huh? And I would assume they only run that in the wintertime. The summertime, they probably close up, just like they do with the Nelly Bar. There's a lot of things to see in Lake Havasu City. And there's even a town way up here north of here that I won't go to on this map right now, but called Oatman. And it's probably about 45-minute or maybe an hour's drive from Craggy Wash. So like I was saying, there's a lot of things to see and do in the area. Craggy Wash, let me zoom in so you can kind of see where we're getting into, because and switch to satellite mode. I love satellite mode because you can find out a lot about campgrounds by looking at the satellite. Now, there are some things that I saw that I didn't get to, like the Bat Cave down here. There's a labyrinth farther back. In fact, where we turned around, I think was right in here somewhere. And we could have gone back farther. Look at that. This goes back even farther. In fact, there's mines back here. Somewhere it shows up that there's campgrounds back here. Now, some folks have said that the farther back you go, the signal gets better. Some people were camping right up front, and I think the only reason people do that is because they're afraid that if they get back farther that the road's going to get rougher, which wasn't the case. The road back farther was actually smoother than the road up front. So that's that first mile that's kind of rough. Here's where you come in, just north of the airport. There's a fence right here. You go along the fence, and then you see people camping right here. But technically, you're supposed to go back a little farther. And we were actually right in here. But we took the road back. See that? That's what I'm talking about. It shows up farther back, Craggy Wash Campground. There's a labyrinth right there. Some kind of cool things. We could have gone back and checked that out. The store's right there. There's the Buffalo Wild Wings. There's a car dealership. Oh, that's the airport. There's a super Walmart right there. We went in there, got groceries and stuff that we needed. And a Home Depot, in case you need something, tools or anything like that. So lots of things to see. Keep in mind, this is a desert area, and wintertime, your typical weather is going to be 65, 75 highs, and lows are going to be 40, 45. Sometimes it can get colder, especially up here, and windy. The wind was blowing from the southwest up to the south or the northeast, and it was just funneling right through this canyon. Luckily, we were on the backside of this little mountain, and that saved us a lot of wind. But boy, oh boy, it was windy that day. And something to keep in mind. Summertime, it's hot. From probably May, in the middle of May through September, it's going to be hot. In fact, Lake Havasu, it's not unusual for Lake Havasu to have temperatures that are even hotter than Phoenix. So just keep that in mind. It's not a place you want to camp in the summertime, but it's a really nice place to visit in the wintertime. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button on your way out. We'll catch us on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.